do you do, Mr. Beale?
I must make my witness.
Sure thing, Mr. Beale.
There was a vast disturbance in the force this week. Millions of YouTubers, music influencers, and journalists all cried out at the same time. And the source of the anguish was the discovery that there was a band that's not a band, but rather the product of AI software. And furthermore, this band that was not a band, but created completely using artificial intelligence, was racking up between 300-400 streams a month on Spotify. What bugs me the most about it is not the fact that AI can make music like this. That was inevitable. That shouldn't be the story. Oh my God, AI! We don't need musicians anymore. Oh no, music is dead. They pulled off a heist of all time by inventing micropayments. Okay, you get paid in micropayments from all of these things. YouTube, Spotify, anything with streaming music. They pay you 0.03 of a penny if you're lucky. The biggest villain is not the guy who perpetrated the hoax. He told Rolling Stone that he's a fan of art hoaxes. Yeah, bullshit. He's a fan of money, and he wouldn't have gone through all this trouble except he was trying to get in on the playlist gravy train, because apparently if you get on some of these big playlists, there's decent money to be made. It's probably the only way you can make money in the music business anywhere, is to get involved on one of these playlists. And people don't understand that these playlists are a commodity. They're bought and sold. People, there's one on YouTube called Lo-Fi Girl, specializes in so-called lo-fi beats. There's no such artist named Lo-Fi Girl. It's a company, it's an LLC that bedroom producers can give them the rights to their music to use. And in exchange, they'll kick back some of their little micropayments that they earn from manipulating the playlist on Spotify. And Spotify invites people to manipulate their playlist because they invented their own form of payola called discovery mode. It's the most vile thing I can think of. It's like, oh yeah, it's a nice song, kid. Too bad nobody will ever hear it. Maybe I might know a guy that knows a guy that could get that thing on a playlist, but I'm not motivated. If you give Daniel Ek, I don't know what proportion it is, if you give these vile, insatiably greedy at Spotify a chunk of your micropayments, then they'll promote your music. So you're not just a grain of sand sitting on the vast beach in the ocean of content that is being created every day. It's just unspeakable to me. Before this, it's long been known that Spotify was buying up stock music libraries, and if that wasn't enough, they were hiring musicians to compose and record music as works for hire. And what that means is that they own the copyrights to the music, and they don't have to pay even the slightest micropayment to anybody because they own the stuff, because they had the guy create it as works for hire. And sometimes they'll have a guy sit in the studio and say, no, don't play that. Make it blander. They want everything. It's like I remember when sometimes when I'd have a gig as a playing cocktail lounge piano in a hotel lobby, the goal was not to be heard. It's like, no, you're playing too loud. Spotify is vile. Spotify is evil. And it's not enough for them that they just pulled the rug out from everybody's feet and made it so nobody could make anything. I have a jar where I keep my micropayments. Okay, and if it ever, there's nothing in there now. If it ever fills up, I'll take the gang out to Red Lobster. But I don't think, if this is full of micropayments, we'll probably have to do Applebee's or something. Probably can't get that fancy. We'll get a close-up of that later. This kind of stuff makes me furious because it's not the AI. It's the thing that bothers me. That's just, this stuff is going to happen, and that's going to be more of a problem as time goes on. For a completely fabricated thing like this to all of a sudden be getting 400,000 streams a month, there's shenanigans going on. It's astroturfing, there's bots, but right now the people are theorizing that Spotify is either behind it or looking the other way, because they're clearly allowing this, and there are theories that they want to establish a precedent where it's like nobody cares if this music was created with a software program or if a human being created it. And that's not a bet that I would want to take, because I have a feeling that complacency could easily win the day here. Because when I said that two other parties involved, it's the end user. And I almost said listener, but see, that's the problem. It's because they're not listening. We have a whole group of people that want to have music 24 hours a day, but they don't listen to it. It's their mood. It's a lava lamp. It's air freshener. It's setting an atmosphere. They are not listening to this stuff. And this drives me up a wall because I'm a musician. I was trained to listen. I can't not listen. I get irritated with movies that have wall-to-wall music because there's some scenes in a film where the music serves absolutely no purpose. And it's distracting to me because as a trained musician, my ear goes to it. These people are not listening. And so all day long, they've got this drivel of this work for hire or AI slop, just junk that has been tweaked to fit a certain, lo-fi chill or cocktail piano or whatever. The genres, Spotify says they got a playlist for everything. They've got sleep playlists. It's like, what do you need a playlist for sleep? Is peace and quiet that horrible? It's insane. People need to get mad because they're being sold a bill of goods so a billionaire can make more billions.
I want you to get mad. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
And the other thing that came out this week is the news broke that Daniel Ek is investing in AI military hardware. Or software, I guess, AI. But I mean, he's putting money into the military-industrial complex. He's taking your money that you're paying Spotify and investing that into ammo, because that's how can you lose with that? People are always beefing, people need hand grenades, Let's invest in ammo. It's vile. It's vile beyond description. It's absolutely horrible. Let me sum this up by saying, get this book, read it. I bought it when it first came out, and I'm only this far because I read about 10 pages and I hurl it across the room because I get so angry. This barely scratches the surface of the unethical, horrible practices that Spotify is engaged with, and how every step of the way they have turned what used to be a fairly equitable business into, I don't know what it is, a nightmare. And they'd like to, they when they get criticized, they put out press release saying that they paid out $10 billion to copyright owners, but that 70% of that goes to the major record labels, and a lot of that, they're not. The label is not necessarily obligated to pass that money on because especially if it's catalog music, that artist may not have had any thing in their contract about streaming because streaming didn't exist in 1972 or whatever. The greed is just it's unbelievable. So get this book. It's been out a while. You can probably get it at your library. There's an app called Libby. If you've got a library card, you can get the Kindle version. Won't cost you a thing. It's amazing. I guarantee you it will make you angry. I'll finish it one of these days, but it's disgusting. And they're all engaged in these foul practices. The music business is bad enough, but which is worse, the artificial intelligence stuff or these shenanigans where you're putting out fake music? I mean, if you hire a guy to do noodly piano or new agey ambient stuff, and you make up an artist name for it, what's the difference between that and using AI software? It's a fraud, And this knucklehead who did this thing with the fake band, he thinks it's funny to he said it's an art hoax. No, it's fraud. And he's going to be the subject of a class action lawsuit, and the big pocket people will be named along with him, because this is not right. But what it's going to take, ultimately, is for people to get mad enough where they turn off Spotify, where they cut Spotify off, and they go with another service that's a little less vile. I don't know if one exists, but Spotify definitely is the winner today for being the most horrible, dreadful, insatiably greedy, dreadful bunch of sociopaths on the planet. So there it is. There's nothing wrong with putting on music to have in the background as you go about and do your day-to-day stuff. But it shouldn't take the place of active listening. And especially now, with the rise of AI everywhere, we're quickly going from the information age to the disinformation age. And everybody needs to keep their thinking hats on. They need to be using their critical thinking. Critical thinking should be a required course in middle school, but it's not, because they really don't want you to think. If you think, then you're going to see through the game. But this is becoming a world where every day people are less able to tell shit from Shinola. And that's not good. Nothing good will come out of that. Read this book. It's all in there. All right. Like and subscribe, blah, 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 woof, woof. Okay. I'll see you next time.